Okay, so let's have a little look here, Joel. So, well, we can see grip again. I don't want to change your grip. I think you're making it work okay. A lot of people, and without saying in a better way, butcher their golf swings with a strong grip without matching up. Trying to do ideal moves with a strong grip leads to some disastrous things. You always have to match up your grip with your golf swing. A lot of players do that instinctively, and the things I like to see with that, you actually do instinctively, like having a little bit of a cup of the left wrist, for example. But for a strong grip, that means if we do anything that kind of slows down what the body does in the downswing, or any closing effects on the club face, any, let's say, moving patterns that will cause that, which we know you have, you will absolutely hit the ball more to the left more often with that. It doesn't give you much wiggle room with a strong grip, but you do, well, for the things I like to see, make it work. So that's where coming back, getting ball position's lovely. We see not much of a turn, more kind of like a tiny reverse pivot. Now we know as we move down, this is where the right arm gets stuck behind the body. And then from there, just really having to make up for it. That's where a lot of golfers fixate on impact, because that old saying that was impact is king. Now, impact is the moment you hit the ball, but impact, as most coaches will now say, is not king. And I'm very similar with that. A lot of people say transition, how you start the downswing, is king, but ultimately, there is no king in the golf swing, I don't really think, because ultimately it all depends on the player, depends on the individual. So for you, it could be the saying that hip rotation in the backswing is king, or right arm movement in the downswing is king. It depends on the player, because that will get you into a better impact, less flippy, less moving through, less closing down the face. Impact is purely a snapshot in time that tells us what we've done beforehand. I love the extension of the arms. That's absolutely brilliant, Joel. That's great. So that's where, of course, when there's a few glaring things in the golf swing that we need to fix, doesn't mean that the whole swing, of course, isn't in a good spot. I mean, that's a brilliant one. That's why I try to work on in my golf swing a lot. It's getting lovely extension. I'm quite jealous of watching you doing it really well. Lovely. There's some very, very nice moves in there. So that tells you when you get things into a better position with that good extension, you've got the arms, the club face is going to be a lot more stable, which is awesome. Okay, so let's have a look at the open face, open stance one. So we know, okay, we have a lot of forearm roll, which opens the face early. Kind of like when you open your stance up to hit a flop shot, you're going to have more roll of the face, like a bunker shot. You're going to have more roll of the face. Essentially, you're doing the same thing, but with a full swing. We see probably even more so of the lower body going away, enough body towards the target. That's just purely a byproduct of the pelvis not turning as much as it could. As we're moving down, and now it's just, you just got to save it, got the right arm stuck behind. Purely just as timing is the key there for you through there. So that's where some days you might be able to make it work, some days you might not be able to at all. Where those two different days might give you the feeling like you're doing completely different stuff, but it would be generally pretty identical swings. It's just the timing element of it. So, okay. Yeah, all we can do. Good drill to do to get those hips turning, a good drill to do to get that right arm more in front, and talk about it a little bit more on camera. So let's get straight to it, buddy.